Welcome to Caregivers and Community Connection. I'm Sharon Kelly, and I'm your host each and every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. I want to thank you for tuning in with us this morning. We got a person that you've been hearing recently on the radio with me on Groove 93. Name is LV. For those of us that know him, especially the person on the mic down at Mary's Lounge, been down there for a while, but I'll let him tell you about that. Is my friend, your friend, Mr. L.V. Wilson.
All right.
Good morning, L.V.
Good evening. Good morning.
Good morning,
yeah,
LV.
good morning. I'm thrown off a little bit.
You sound like a DJ now. I'm telling you, you don't know where you are. You're all over the place, right?
Yes, I am.
First of all, I want to thank you. I know you're busy, but I know you have a lot of insight into the community for deciding to come on the air with me each and every Sunday and be my co-host.
Right.
Ain't nothing but good.
Man.
You got my opinion, which is a female. Now we got your opinion, which is a male.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes it a little bit juicier,
Yeah.
a little bit better. But anyway, I want to thank you. And I want to give you an opportunity to tell a little something about you. We need to know about LV. Everybody don't know you.
Exactly.
So tell us a little something about Mr. L.V. Wilson.
Laid back person. Of course, you know me. I definitely appreciate this opportunity you gave me, as in me being a co-host with you on this radio show, which is waking up the city, which is definitely waking up the city. I did radio before. Of course, I worked for Power 94 from like 2000, 2005. Brooklyn born. Brooklyn, I'm a Yankee.
In New York?
Yes, I was born in Brooklyn, Kings County Hospital. Okay. But yeah. But this is the great opportunity, and I definitely like what you're doing, and you're definitely inspiring a lot of young women, especially young black women, white women, Chinese. You're inspiring these people to go ahead and shoot for their goals, and you're showing what can happen when you actually do that. So yeah, so it's not about me, it's about you.
No, it ain't about me, it's about us.
Us, there we go.
We learning how to be a team.
Yeah, there we go.
But thank you so much for those comments. You know, life have to have a purpose. And when we're born, I think God put us on earth for a reason and for a purpose. And he chose certain people to be with and connected to certain people. And I think he chose you to be with me for this time in this moment.
Oh, you forgot about Boy Scouts. When I came out here when I was a little bit younger, like around about 12, 13, stayed out here for a while, but I was in the Boy Scouts. Met old Miss Sharon. She was my, you was a chaperone when we went to New York, Niagara Falls.
Didn't have no son, so I just chose all y'all to be my children.
Yeah, me and Pat.
Pat Rowe.
Pat Rowe.
Yes.
Yeah, we was all just had a good time, and you was chaperone. I think you just came for the trip.
Really? I had never been to New York.
Right.
And I mean, and then getting a chance to do something positive by getting there and getting to see a lot of different places.
Right.
I remember going to the stadium, to the ball game.
NBC studios.
Yeah, and I even went to where they had the stock market and everything. I went there. We looked through the mirror. I remember a lady pocketbook got stolen.
Yep, I do
and
remember
she
that.
turned in the little turning door thing on Wall Street.
Yep,
I remember that.
Yep.
See, I remember stuff. And just the different streets and the different things that I saw on television.
Right.
I had an opportunity to see it for myself, through the eyes of doing something for little boys that was doing things right. I remember Pat. He sit with me the whole way up there.
Oh, yeah,
I'm glad I don't have to sit with him now, but anyway, that was a good thing.
Yeah.
And but thank you for remembering that.
Yeah, definitely.
But
definitely.
I brought you on today because what we're doing in the community is so positive. On the air, getting an opportunity to bring things out of people that they didn't know that they had in them.
Shake them up.
As well as, talking about our city. Right. This city does not belong to anybody else but us. And we make people think about things. And I enjoy hearing your view as a male and my view as a female. And then hearing the community voice after we explain today's topic. So what do you think about being on the air again? I seen where you were on the air on Power 94
Right.
for about 5 years.
Right.
So, but I don't know if you did a talk show or what did you do back then?
It was more hip hop. I was the late night. That was back when you stayed at the radio station till 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. There was, no pre-recording shows or whatever. I had to actually stay up Friday, Saturday nights. I have no weekends to myself, but I enjoyed what I was doing. I felt like I was bringing something different to Chattanooga, and Chattanooga accepted me for the person I was. And I enjoyed it. It was an experience that I learned a lot, and I went through a lot. I met Mary J. Blige for the first time when she came to Memorial Auditorium. Backstage, I said, "Hey," got on my knees. "Will you marry me?"
Really?
Security said, "Keep it moving. Keep it moving."
Hey,
I said, "Hey,
but
man."
you do get an opportunity and a chance to be in a lot of different places
Right.
that you wouldn't have been able to be in by working and being in a radio
Right.
studio, as well as TV.
Right.
I enjoy doing this as well. I love getting to know people for who they are and making sure that our city know them as well.
Right.
So that's the reason why I kind of brought you on. But you and I, we had a topic that I think that has touched this city.
I want to say shook them up. We shook them.
We shook them up.
Yeah, shook them up.
And I mean, this year and this month, something happened all across the nation that caused presidents to lose their lives. And for us to have freedom as African Americans, and that's the civil rights movement.
Right.
A lot of times I think people say stuff and they really don't understand or haven't educated themselves on the things that they're talking about. And so that's one of the things that you and I hope to do, is to bring an enlightening on the people by bringing some positive and some solutions.
Right,
out of
solutions.
it.
Exactly.
It's
We
good to
already know
talk
the
about.
problems.
Yeah, we already know the problem.
Right.
But how do we bring the solution? So when you think about the civil rights movement, because you wasn't even born.
No, I wasn't born yet.
I was. You wasn't.
Right.
But after reading it, because you told me you was a history buff,
Right. Yeah.
and you got educated even on the city of Chattanooga.
Right. Yeah.
And tell us a little something about what you think when you think about the civil rights movement, by living in New York, from New York, now coming to the South.
Right. It was definitely different. Like when I left New York, like I said, I was about 12, 13. So when I came, I went to a high school, or middle school out here. So, you go through your incidents in the locker rooms, at the gym. And of course, I went to Central for a little while, Central High School. And, just went through a couple of things in the locker room, but I feel like it's not in your blood to act like that. You was taught to act like that towards another person. And I'm not saying I accepted it, but it was a different experience. I didn't know how to grasp on it. So like I said, then I started talking to other people that actually had stayed down south, like my grandmother, my mother, my aunts, and they all, just told me, that's what we went through. You're not even seeing all of it at all, like you were trying to tell me earlier on the show. I have not seen the whole thing yet.
You haven't seen it.
Yeah, you've been through it. I was just born in '77, so I came in at the last end of it. I feel like, but I still feel like we're going through it now, but it's just a different way. That's all it is.
Right.
Right.
And when we say a different way, we're talking about the things as business owners that we go through, being an African American, as well as education, what our schools look like,
Right.
and just the communities that we came up in, the blight that's happening there, no jobs, low job intake,
Right.
or whatever. And my goal is to educate the young, because we had something exciting to happen in our city last week, the announcement of Volkswagen.
Yes.
With the SUVs
Right.
actually coming to be built right here in the city, with 2,000 more new
2,000.
jobs. So one of the things we want to do is try to encourage the kids to get ready. We can't say it's not jobs if we're not ready.
Exactly.
So some of the things that, as a young man that dealt in hip hop, a DJ in our city now, for people to come out in enjoyment, what would you want to tell the kids before we take a break on getting ready for the change of this city?
Whatever you have done in your past is your past. You can always look forward. Don't look back. If you got something on your records or whatever, go clean it up. So find some way or talk to somebody who knows how to talk to these lawyers or talk to the judges or expunges and some other stuff you have mentioned to me before. Because these jobs are coming. You can't say that we don't have any jobs now. These jobs are here and they're out to get, but all you got to do is go get them. If you're not a go-getter and you want to stay in the same way you are, that's on you.
And what about cleaning themselves up?
Hey, clean yourself up. If
The
you got
drugs.
time, the drugs, you got time. You got time. Like I said, it's the past. You can, if you really are serious, you have a chance to go ahead and get yourself together before these jobs even hit, or just do it for yourself. If you're not going to just do it for a job, do it for yourself, because you can't get a real decent job with all these drugs and stuff in your system. So
That's one thing that we're talking about. And we're going to tell you about a gentleman that grew up in the 60s that the president called to help us bring a change to our country. So we want you to stay with us. We'll be right back with part 2. Myself and LV Wilson.
let's go.
Don't go nowhere.
Let's go.
I got something to say right here. You know, I'm not jealous because I'm mean, honey. I'm jealous because I love you. And I don't want nobody else to have you. Now, you know what? If you got someone that you really love,
If you don't know, now you know. This is Mocha. Now you know. Better ask somebody.
Welcome back to Caregivers and Community Connection. Know you all are enjoying the show this morning, as well as being educated on just things that we went through in the Civil Rights Movement of 1964. This is the 50th year of celebration. And so with that being said, on next weekend, they're going to be bringing the movie about James Brown's life. So LV, I know it was a little bit before your time, but you are a DJ.
Right.
And you know a lot about music and entertainment and what moves people. And I received a phone call, believe it or not, from a promoter who actually knew James Brown's brother. And we call him Lil Royal. He called in on our radio show on last week. So we saying that to let you know, don't miss our show, because you'll never know who's on it. Right, LV?
Exactly.
Yeah, he talked like him.
He talks just like him, man. Oh,
I almost didn't understand him.
Amazing. Oh, I had to hold myself in and keep from laughing because laughing as in he actually sound like his brother.
And so we want Chattanooga to get ready to come out and see Lil Royal. We have some of his music that we will be sharing with you today and playing throughout the time that me and you talking about.
You got to mention the band. The band. What's the name of the band?
Chocolate Buttermilk. Chocolate Buttermilk Band. It's going to be a full band with James Brown as well. Brother, Lil Royal coming to our city at Mocha.
Right.
And it's going to do 2 shows on August the 9th. So we're planning to do a movie day the weekend that James Brown come out, actually that Sunday.
Right.
We're going to do it together and try to do a movie day. So keep your eye on what theaters it's going to be playing in, and you and I will put it on Facebook.
Yeah,
we'll develop an event page.
Yeah, we'll do
right?
that. Yeah.
And we'll do that and invite Chattanooga to come out and enjoy that movie with us and not bootleg it.
Right, exactly.
So, but saying that, during the movement of 1964, it all came about with our president, John F. Kennedy. He was the one that initiated the civil rights movement back in 1963 before he was shot down and killed. And then Lyndon B. Johnson, our president that was the vice president that had to take over, actually was able to sign the Civil Rights Bill in 1964. But it was a man called James Brown that Lyndon B. Johnson had to call. Do you remember why?
History buff, once again. Something actually happened like a race riot. So Lyndon B. Johnson actually called James Brown to calm him down a little bit, and it actually happened. So
the man of funk, the man of soul, had to be called in to calm him down. So that was just one of the things. So he was an activist and of his time. And I think that might be the reason why that they came out with this movie this time. But I think as a race of people, we need to take our teenagers, our young people to the movie to see this. This man didn't have anything, wasn't known by anybody. Then he became to be known by the whole world. You know, so that's amazing. It shows that you can do anything if you believe. And to be marked to say that we're bad people, to tell our young people the negative things. What about telling them about the positive things in life? So I want to encourage families to go as a group, teenagers, adults, and old, to go see this movie together. Will you say that? Yeah,
I will definitely say that. I definitely will be taking my daughter to go see the movie because I know they're going to include the actual civil rights. Because that I'm Black and I'm Proud, he made that song for a reason. So it's definitely got to be seen. And back you and Howard High School, I heard there was the major thing starting the civil rights movement here in Chattanooga.
Yes. And tell us, because I know history buff, that you looked it up. And you shared that with the city about how it wasn't bad kids that went downtown and sit at those counters.
Exactly.
Correct?
They had certain criteria they had to do when they went and sat at those counters. They couldn't be loud talking. They had to actually go buy something, even though it was real small. They couldn't sit next to each other just to leave room in case somebody else wanted to sit down at that business, but they actually did a sit-in. And it was a high school. It wasn't adults. It was high school kids that actually started here in Chattanooga, the civil rights movement in Chattanooga, and from Howard High School.
Yes, and you had like our state representative, Ms. Joanne Favor. And then you found out something about Lehman Pierce?
Lehman Pierce, Paul Walker, he was the class president at the time. And they all did that sit-in. I don't know, I know exactly where it was at. You might know, but I definitely read about it and
Cresses. They were hosed down with water hose from the fire department. Can you imagine how that felt? And these were high school students. They understood rights. And I want to stress to the community about voting. The election is coming up next week as well, August the 7th. And I want to encourage each and every one of you all. It's so important to vote because these are the leaders that we put in place to represent us.
Right.
So we got to encourage them to vote. That's something we talk about on the radio.
Exactly. Before you vote, you definitely got to look up about who you're voting for and exactly what they're standing for. You can't just go vote on anybody, because the people we keep on putting in there is not actually making that move. The mayor we have now is really the first person in my generation that I see in Chattanooga is actually pushing forth and try to make a change, but it's still some little kinks and stuff he needs to figure out inside his whole conglomerate. So
yeah, because there's people around him.
Exactly.
He can't do everything.
Right.
And he can't see everything. So it's some things that's still being done on the negative side, and that's what we talked about. Sometimes discrimination, we might have got a law,
Right.
but is it being implemented
Exactly.
the way it should be?
Right.
Or are we doing things a little bit different
Right.
to people, businesses, and education? Are we leaving blight in certain areas of the city
Right.
that would bring crime? I wake up each and every day, I look at the news, and I see crime in the same communities.
Right.
And they're mostly in communities that you see blight.
Right.
And blight is no schools, no jobs,
the grocery stores.
no grocery stores,
Right.
low-income people, 50% of the people unemployed.
Right.
We need to empower not just one area or one group of people,
Right.
but the whole city.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, so I think the mayor has great ideas, but I really think that he, as a mayor, got to look at the people that he's surrounding
Exactly.
himself with and make sure that they have his same agenda.
Right.
Some people's agendas are not the same.
Yes. Yes.
So, you know, being down at Mayor's Lounge, you do a lot for the people. One of the laws that's coming up now that's at City Hall this week
Yeah.
in regards with the noise
Yeah,
ordinance.
sound ordinance. Yes.
And we need to sit down there. It's only 300 seats. We need to stand for rights, because you need to be a part of making sure that the people that you put in place are making the decisions that you want,
Right.
and not the decisions that they want.
Yeah, hopefully they'll go ahead and raise those decibels. That's what they're saying is too much. Like, people are going around with these instruments and measuring how much sound these clubs are making, but it's downtown. Downtown supposed to be full of life.
Yeah.
Music here, music there. It shouldn't be. It's always supposed to be law, but for stuff like downtown, it's supposed to be easy. You know what I mean? They're trying to make it hard for the music industry or the club scenes to actually prosper downtown, because maybe they had another hidden agenda. I don't know. I might be a conspiracy theorist. I don't know, but it's more to it than that.
And you know, the classification that we have for the downtown community is a C3, which you can do certain things that you can't do in other communities. But it seemed like that they just want us to be a quiet community that sit on the porch, that rock out chairs and don't make no noise,
Right.
and stay in the house. When we were children and James Brown was out,
Right.
we used to have house socials. Nobody didn't complain about the noise.
Right.
I know what we were doing. I was one of them.
Right.
And I used to have them. So nowadays, we're able to expand into buildings and not to be harassed unnecessarily. To me, is very important. And if you come into an establishment, you need to have a good reason
Right.
to come in, and not just come in on somebody just because you heard something. But you need to know and investigate. So those are the only things that I'm saying. And hopefully people will come out to city council meeting on this Tuesday and be a part of history and making sure that laws are where they need to be.
Exactly.
Plus go out and vote on August the 7th. Get ready to come and see Lil Royal down at Mocha, James Brown Brother, on August the 9th. 6 o'clock show.
The band. You gotta say the
And the
band
chocolate
name.
buttermilk band.
Try to look. Say it again.
It's Chocolate Buttermilk Band. And I want to thank you so much, LV, for what you do and coming to join me.
Right.
And not being afraid to speak up. We got to stop being afraid as a people.
Right.
And we got to join each other together by hand and take this city by storm. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you for coming
Yes.
out.
No problem.
3, 2, 1.
I know you enjoyed the show today, listening to LV and all the things that he's doing in and around our city, especially being my new co-host on my talk radio show called Sharon Cares on Groove 93 each and every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Now we're going to go on into the announcements. If you're looking for the right choice and the best choice, I always choose Sharon's Senior Services, serving the community for over 18 years in the area of adult daycare in Cleveland and Chattanooga, as well as our assisted living facility at the foot of Lookout Mountain, Rosa Sharon Senior Villa, and Sharon's in-home personal care, where we come into the homes and help with bathing, dressing, and housekeeping. We also have free funding from the Veteran Administration for our veterans. So if you're taking care of a veteran, please contact me, as well as the Choices Program through the state of Tennessee, through Blue Cross Blue Shield and United Healthcare, long-term care insurance, and private pay. Pick up that phone and you call us up at 423-698-2611 or visit us on the web at SharonSeniorServices.com. So those are all the announcements about our senior care. Now you know I gotta go on into Mocha. If you're looking for a great time, great entertainment, as well as a great place to dine and have a little fun, please come down and join us at Mocha Restaurant and Music Lounge each and every week from Wednesday through Saturday. First of all, on Wednesday we have a night for our corporate companies to come in and get an opportunity to meet each other, join each other, maybe do a little networking and make things change here in our city. The doors will open at 5 o'clock. And because of the time frame on people coming in for lunch, we have lunch now just on Thursdays and Fridays, starting at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. we're open. So come in and have lunch with us. And then on Thursday, come and enjoy that 96-cent cocktail from 5:30 to 6:30, as well as live entertainment from our Brownstones band. Come and sing it, play it, speak it, and have a little fun with us doing our open mic every Thursday night from 5 o'clock p.m. to 11 p.m. Then on Fridays, it's Love Night at Mocha. So if you want a date, got a date, think about taking somebody out on a date. Think about Mocha on Friday night. We normally always have live entertainment. The Mocha Renaissance Band, come and enjoy them. They'll hit the stage at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, we do Throwback Saturday down at the Mocha. So we bring old school music after you have lunch at 11. Stay around, come back, 5 p.m. Let's enjoy old school music from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And so those are some of the things that we do down at Mocha, as well as we got a big show coming up. It's James Brown brother, Lil Royal. He's coming in singing all of James Brown old tune. Are you going to the movie on August the 1st to see James Brown and find out about his life? He's coming to our city on August the 9th. So get ready. We got one show at 6 p.m. and one show at 9 p.m. So don't miss this one. Guys, we're all coming in. We made it real reasonable. It's $15 for the first show. It's $20 for the second. Or you know what? You can stay at both shows for only $30. So tell your friend that Lil Royal is coming to town. And I'm going to tell you to do what I tell you to do each and every week. Go out and take care of those who wants to take care of you. See you next week. Bye-bye now.